Hey guys, it's Kip here from KDC Marketing, and in today's video, I want to show you some of the SEO tools inside of Wix Studio, and I also want to give you some ideas for an SEO strategy if you're looking to optimize your website through SEO. So in here in this website on the dashboard, here's where you'll find all of the SEO features. So it's on the left-hand side under Site and Mobile App, and then if you go under Website and SEO, then you start to get to the SEO features. And so in here, you have a whole host of features that can help you optimize your website for SEO, including things like the URL redirect manager, site verification, SEO settings, site maps, and more. So one thing I want to show in particular in today's video is how to get your site verified through Google Search Console so that you can start using Google Search Console. And that's what you see here. I have Google Search Console connected to this website. So I want to show you first how you can do that, give you a couple of tips there, and then talk about the SEO strategy. So inside of Wix, they have a built-in place for site verification. So if you click on this, it'll take you to site verification, and you can see that there's a section for Google Search Console where you can add your site verification tag. And in this case, it's a meta tag that you have to copy and paste into here. So if you're new to Google Search Console, it's a free webmaster tool that Google uses that anybody can use, and you just have to get your site verified, and then you can use it to start getting more data about how your website's performing in terms of indexing and clicks and impressions, and you can submit your sitemap there. So it's pretty important for SEO, and it's one of the first things I like to do for any Wix Studio website. So if you look here, this is Google Search Console for my KDC Marketing website, and I had to verify this property in order for me to start using it in conjunction with Wix. And so to do that, you just have to add a new property, and there's two options here. You have the domain name, and then you have the URL prefix. So if you're going to do it through the domain name, you actually do that in the DNS, and you don't need to do the meta tag that is shown in Wix Studio. But if you're going to do the URL prefix, then that's when you can use the meta tag to verify your property. So I'm just going to put my domain in here to show you an example. I already own that one, so I'm going to say done. Let me just do a fake domain name here. So let me add a new property and put this in. I'm just going to do example.com and show you what it would look like if you were to verify your own website. So here it's going to start verifying the property, and then I have to show that I own the property. And so here's the different verification options you get, like an HTML file, HTML tag, Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager. So you can use any one of these verification methods, but the one that I was showing just a second ago is the HTML tag. So when you go to verify a property, you can copy this tag out of here. You can go to your Wix Studio website and you can put it inside of your site verification tag field right here. You can copy and paste it here, and then you would go back to Search Console and click verify, and then it would verify your property and allow you to use it with Wix Studio. So that's the first step, is to make sure your property is verified and that it's connected here to Wix Studio, and then you can start using it the proper way. So the first thing I would recommend doing after that is you can add a sitemap, and every Wix Studio website comes with a sitemap. So once you have your website published and you've connected a domain name and you've upgraded to a premium plan and done all those things, all you have to do is come here to the sitemap section on Google Search Console, put in your domain name, and then type in sitemap.xml on the ending of that domain and click submit, and then you'll see something like this. It'll submit your sitemap there, and what that will do is allow Google to crawl your sitemap and index it, and it actually helps with the indexing and discoverability of all your pages. And you can kind of see here that for me, it's discovered 44 pages, and that this was last read back in February, so about a month ago. So once you submit your sitemap, you only have to do this once. It'll automatically update and resubmit as you make changes to the website. So that's the first thing I would recommend doing. And then the next thing is just starting to use the performance section to learn about how your website's performing in terms of keywords, which they call queries and pages and those kind of things. So let me talk a little bit about SEO strategy now that we've been able to connect Google Search Console to our Wix Studio website. So this is something that I've learned about doing as I've been doing SEO for clients and have worked in SEO for a long time, that the way that you can really optimize your website for SEO depends on a few key things I'm going to show you right here. So the old way of doing SEO is you optimize your website. So it'd be things like updating your meta tags, making sure all your headings are done correctly, making sure your content is optimized with certain keywords, and then acquiring backlinks from websites that are relative to your website, that have authority, and getting more and more backlinks. And there's lots of different strategies on how to do that. And then you kind of just wait for traffic. And so the issue with this way is that if no one really knows about you, then no one is searching for you and you're getting little to no website traffic. So you can spend all this time optimizing and getting backlinks and doing all these different techniques and strategies, but I found that to not work very well when it comes to actually generating traffic that matters. So the new way is to create and distribute content, because that's what's going to generate demand. See, if you have demand for your company or for your brand first, then the website traffic will come. So it kind of works like this. You create and distribute content, and in my case, that's been my YouTube channel. People discover you, and then they search for you. And once they search for you, your website traffic increases, and that leads to more leads and customers. So if there's no demand here based on the content you're creating, no one's going to discover you and no one's going to search for you. So the demand precedes the search. And in this case, optimizing your website and getting backlinks isn't driving demand. It's the content that will drive demand, whether that's through blog posts or videos or some form of content creation and distribution that drives the demand, that drives search traffic. So let me just show you some metrics to kind of validate this. So I started publishing YouTube content around here in October of 2023. So I've been posting YouTube content for a couple of years. And if you look at my impressions, they are in line with my YouTube content. The more content I put out there and the more views I get, I'm starting to get a lot more impressions and even clicks too in terms of my content. Now I did have some clicks kind of here throughout, but I'm getting more clicks per day and at a more consistent rate because of my YouTube content. So just to kind of prove a point here, if there was no content being created, there's no demand to fuel these searches that are happening. But because I'm creating content around certain topics like Wix Studio templates, around Figma, and a couple of other things, people are starting to search for those things in Google. So I just want to kind of hit home that the demand is what drives the searches. People have to discover you, then they search for you. If they don't know about you, if they haven't discovered you, and then they're not going to search for you, and then you're going to get zero traffic. So it's important to know how to use these tools inside of Wix here to connect Google Search Console and to optimize your website, like the SEO settings. This is where you can do all the metadata for every single page. You can go in and add the metadata for your main pages. And you can even see here that I'm missing a lot of meta descriptions. I have some title tags, but that's okay in this case because I am generating the demand through my content, and that's what's driving my website traffic. Now, I'll be honest, these things really do matter, and so I probably should have my meta descriptions and everything done in here. So it's something that I could work on to improve things even further. But I think that the content creation and distribution strategy is just as important, if not more important, than the optimization strategy. So a lot of times that's what you get when you talk with SEO professionals, is how to optimize your website, how to do site audits and all those kind of things. And they are super important. But if we go back to this, what I've found and what my experience has been is that if I can create some demand first, then the searches come because there's a reason for those searches, not just because I acquired backlinks and optimized my website. So just wanted to share that with you, that there's a way to connect Google Search Console in here that's already set up inside of Wix Studio. You just have to go to the site verification, add your meta tag, and then you can verify and then submit your sitemap and start getting some data on what's going on. And then the other piece of this is, what do you do next? What do you actually do to start getting traffic? And that's where I would say this strategy comes in, is you create and distribute really valuable content that people want so that you can get discovered, and then the searches and traffic will come. And I'm finding too that the traffic's better traffic because they kind of know who I am and what I do a lot better once they've already watched my content and then are finding KDC Marketing. So hope that helps. I hope that you found this video helpful in some way and that you can start working on the SEO for your own Wix Studio websites. Like I said, there's a lot of features in here that I don't have time to go through and show them one by one, but it's really comprehensive, and I think Wix Studio is a great platform for SEO. I think that a lot of times it's more about the company and what it's doing to create the demand and traffic than it is about the SEO features. Sure, the features are great, but if you have the demand, then that's what really matters at the end of the day. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you in the next video.